yeah. Carbros USA, yeah.
This is Carbros Podcast, episode 78.
The big 7-8.
Big 7-8.
Now this is legitimately a very special.
Okay, folks, I don't think I need to tell you that this is a milestone episode.
I know we said that about the last couple.
Yeah.
But this one really...
It really is special.
Okay, this is a special episode because usually we...
Actually,
always we put like a rough skeleton together of the podcast.
Of topics, yeah.
Of topics.
And stuff that like generally flows together.
Yeah, we kind of like build something out. And frankly, that has produced a better product. Mm-hmm. I think they tend to be better when we do that.
Therefore,
this time,
with that in mind,
we are going into it blind. For really no reason.
Well, I would blame it on the traffic.
Yeah, Coyne got here late. He's like 2 hours late.
Okay, so I am late because on the way down here, which is like a 150-mile drive, usually about 2.5 hours, there's a section of the highway which is like one of the main like artery highways through the center of California. It's called the 99.
It's about 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that section that we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and this section of highway, they are doing work on...
I think they're widening it from 2 lanes each way to 3.
Okay, and does it have something to do with the high-speed rail?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not sure if that part specifically does or not, but
I don't know.
That area is just narrow. Like, it needed to be done.
They're doing some... It's significant enough where they have... I haven't really seen this in a lot of places, but they have turned it into 2 divorced lanes. So it's one of those things where coming up to this section, it's like stay in your lane, and then the lanes
you're theoretically like driving on what's supposed to be the other side.
Yeah, because it's all kind of up in the air and weird right now. So first of all, the lanes split. So you're now like
2 entities, yeah.
Yeah, you're two different entities.
But equal.
And you have to make a choice. You're either in the left lane, which you're like double cement walls on both sides, and you cannot...
There's no escape.
There's no exit. Yeah. You can't take any of the exits from the highway for the next 5 or so miles.
Yeah, they like wall you off with the like cement rail block. I mean, legitimately, there's no...
I can see how that would produce anxiety in some people.
Yeah, it's not like cones. No. This is like a tunnel.
Yeah, it's a concrete K-rail.
Yeah. And so in this case, both lanes were walled off. This section is just like concrete on both sides with a concrete divider. So if there's for some reason an accident,
or even if someone's car just poops out,
just for any reason, this is a single lane with concrete.
Yeah, if a car stalled or stopped, you literally cannot go around it.
Yeah, it's a single lane.
Yeah.
But it's 2 single lanes next to each other.
Yeah, with no shoulder.
Divided, but no
not only
shoulder.
Is it a single lane, there's nowhere to like pull off to the side.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do basically.
Yeah.
And so magically something happened. And so we like joked about that before. We were like, what would happen if there was an accident? Like, I don't know, that would be real bad.
Yeah. You would just have to sit there.
It was real bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I sat there for pretty close to an hour, not moving.
Not even an inch.
Yeah. It's not, because you know how usually when there's an accident,
there's a crawl.
You'll creep.
Yeah. It's like they're letting a car by.
You'll creep up to the scene.
Yeah. This is like stopped, literally no movement for an hour. And then I was in the right lane, and the left lane, which would be the faster lane, also both of them are stopped for an hour. Nobody's
both
moving.
of them were?
Both of them are stopped.
Looking over your little walls at each other.
Yeah, we're just looking at each other.
How frustrating would it be if one lane was moving slightly and you weren't?
And so then our lane starts to move, just miraculously after an hour. Yeah, it starts to move, and it's not even like slow. It's just sort of like something has.
The pressure has been relieved, and now you're at full.
And so now we're driving past cars that are just stopped. And it's not even stopped. People are like out of their cars.
Yeah.
It's bad enough where people start like being social.
At least the weather was nice.
Yeah, it was nice weather. But it's like we're driving past people who are still out of their cars just watching us drive by. It's like, sorry. Because you can't do anything.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's not even like, we'll let you in. They're just staring at us. And so I get to the front. That's the other thing about accidents. You're always like, this better be fucking bloody.
Yeah. This better be decapitation.
This better be worth the pain you just caused me.
The delay.
Yeah, like something bad better have happened. And so we get to the front, and it's like a 4 or 5 car pileup
Okay.
in the tube,
Between both lanes, or just the left lane?
Just the lane that's now not moving. So I don't know what was up with my lane.
People like stopped to help or something.
Yeah, maybe there was some other clog.
Or maybe like the authorities had to use that to get to him or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but the guy in front, I mean, I can't imagine how bad that guy, whoever was first, whoever like started it, like the first guy. And so there's 5 cars just sort of like smushed up in the front of this thing. We're going, and they're trying to like block the one lane of the oncoming traffic to open
to get him across.
To make a exit or something. It's such a clusterfuck. It was so bad. So I'm guessing there's people still out there. I don't know how.
You chose wisely, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and so it made me think like you should probably be in the slow lane always in that situation.
You have an option to.
Just because like if one's going to get emptied first, it's going to be that one. Right?
Yeah.
Or like whichever side like borders the construction or something. But that was terrible. I mean,
It's a real dumb design.
Yeah, it was a bad design. So I don't know.
Shout out to
whoever's like in charge of that thing.
Well, that reminds me of the video from, I want to say it was a week or so ago. It was when like Texas was freezing cold, and there was that one video that was circulating the internet of some highway, and I think it was Texas.
I think somewhere in the middle,
and like
whole
the
middle
road
of the
was just
country.
completely frozen, and like so the traffic on the opposite side of the guy that was filming was at a complete standstill, but there were still like semi trucks and vehicles coming at like full speed,
just a river of cars.
And it was just it was like
in.
I think it like was like it was in the 90 car pileup or something like that. And there was one, it was like a semi truck going, I mean, at least 50 miles
Very
an hour,
fast.
and he just plows into the back of the completely stopped things, and just like a regular pickup like F-150 goes flying through the air backwards.
Yeah, I'm guessing that was a loaded semi or something with some mass.
Yeah, what's weird about that is that the visibility was fine. So like,
it must have been like around a corner.
For whatever reason, they did not see this pile of wrecked cars.
Or it was like a half mile of black ice.
And no one even knew.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like I didn't realize that it's crazy. I mean, if you're listening to this now, if not, the center of the country basically froze. The whole like center of this country.
Yeah,
was
north all the way to south.
It was like 7 Fahrenheit. It was like wild in places that normally don't get that cold.
Right.
And the fringes where we are, it's been like 65.
Yeah, at the worst, it was like, ooh, it's going to be 58 today. It's going to be rough.
Yeah, I've been working outside with my friend, and I've been like getting sunburned. In like tank tops.
And then like Miami was like 95.
Yeah. It was like Florida and California were just unaffected.
And so I didn't realize until it became like national news.
Yeah.
But I didn't connect the two, that you had sent that video of that, what is now kind of like a infamous pile up.
Right.
That apparently, I mean, when you sent that, I was like, what like third world
country? Yeah. What kind of jank ass.
Yeah. You're always like, where is this? Ukraine or something? It's like, nope. That was like I-9 in Texas or something.
Well, Coyne's delay got me or made me available to get some stuff done, because I woke up this morning and I was planning on.
You were in a chipper mood.
I was like, I need to change the brake pads on the Jeep. I'm going to get it done. I had ordered them, and it was, they're Brembos, so they're pretty easy to change.
Are they?
Well, they're top loaded, so it's way easier than like a standard
brake
pad. I think it is.
You don't pull the caliper off?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't have to touch the caliper. Yeah, it's like 2 pins, and then you just pull out the brake pads like a toaster.
Really?
Yeah.
They just come out of the top of oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
You never worked on Brembos?
like
Come on, bro. I've been working on Brembos since 07.
Sorry.
Some people.
Some people still have some like stupid
Yeah, you don't have to pull the caliper at all. Yeah.
floating caliper cars.
But yeah, so I get out to the garage and I start taking off the lug nuts, and I have the car came with like a factory key lock. One of the lug nuts is
for the lug nuts, right?
And so normally I just always had the key in the back of the trunk. And so I popped the trunk and it's not there. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, wait, I had the oil change and tires rotated like 5 months ago.
Oh, dear.
I was like, maybe they put it in the glove box. Check the glove box. Nothing.
Damn.
Check the center console. Nothing. I'm like getting pretty pissed off now because we had talked about this in a early, like one of the earliest podcasts was talking about Garrett's frustration with, lug nuts that are keys. So
just so they've generally caused way more problems than
saved.
Spared.
How many rims have they saved from theft?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I called the shop that did the oil change like 6 months ago, and I was like,
yeah.
Hey, random chance. You don't have like a lost and found of just pile of like lug nut
I'm
keys.
sure they have like a bucket of those. I forgot another one.
Yeah, exactly.
We sent them to the recycler.
But according to them, they were like, no, we never forget it. We're really good. We're A+ about this. And I was like, okay. And they're like, you could probably go to the dealership and get it.
Oh, thank you.
And so I was like, all right. So I had to drive down to the dealership, had them take off the lug nuts, and I just bought 4 standard.
Do they
lug
give
nuts.
you a new key?
So the option
Can they,
was,
like, cut
so
you
they
a
have a
key
set
or
of like
something?
master keys, and it's like 30 options. And so they can find out which one it is, and then they have to special order that one. And he's like, it takes like a week to 2 weeks. Or we could just take them off
Fuck that.
and you buy 4 regular lug nuts.
Because they have the masters.
Yeah, they always have the masters.
They should just let you borrow it.
That's so dumb. Yeah, like Kragen.
Yeah.
Bring it back when you
put a deposit down.
That'd be sweet if AutoZone rented the masters too. Oh, we have them.
Yeah, totally.
We don't care. That reminds me, my roommate's key, her like Honda CRV, like unlock whatever key fob thing, it just like broke. It just like fell apart. Like the key part and like the remote part all just sort of came
separated.
Yeah, it just exploded in her hand. And so she texted the like house group chat. And she was like, the car won't start.
Is that as spicy as our group chat?
No. This is 3 24-year-old women and me.
It's not just...
It's totally a fucking sitcom, man.
Mostly just pictures of the cat.
It's not just sending memes.
And like, whose pizza is this? And she was like, the car won't start. Like it turns on and then it dies. And so I was like, I think you need to have the clicker part near the ignition to make it run. The chip's probably in it. So I was like, just set that on the gauge cluster and that might do it. A lot of their problems are like pretty simple.
Yeah.
And so I look like a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Master
I'm like the house dad.
Renaissance man.
Yeah. Only partly because I'm twice their age.
Yeah.
Mostly because
Got some
of
experience.
mostly because of my intellect.
World traveler over here. Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyways, I was like, I'll buy you a new key. Not buy for her, but like I'll buy it online. And so we get this key blank and we go to Honda and they cut a new key and then it's a chip key thing. And they're like, yeah, it's like 180 for us to reprogram the keys. And I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm sure you can, because the Lexus is like that. And you like press the brake pedal like 30 times.
Oh, so
and like,
did you figure out how to program
lock
it?
and unlock the door. And then like now you're in like master key programming mode. You know, it's something like that. And it's like you can program new keys. Yeah, every fucking car company does this differently.
There's a way to do it.
It's like something dumb, except Honda's apparently. You can't program your own keys. The dealer has to do it. And I called some blacksmiths because you can do it if you have the like very special like key.
Wait,
like hardware thing.
Did her
like,
key lose the chip, or it's just like it failed or something?
She put the guts of the old key in the new thing, so she still has the chip. But I wanted a spare,
because I was gonna say you can go to Home Depot, like Home Depot and stuff.
Yeah, everyone can. Keys. They can cut the key, but they can't.
They say they can even program the chips.
Okay, well we'll see. Because as far as I could tell, it's like minimum $100.
I don't know what Home Depot charges. I just know
a blacksmith out there.
Okay.
Super annoying, but it's just frustrating. How it's like every car company's different. It's like, well, Toyota, does
we
it
do
this
things
way.
differently.
Yeah, it's like, nope, Honda doesn't. But I already like kind of made an ass of myself. Not bad in front of the parts guy. Like, I don't need.
Yeah, fuck you. I can figure this out.
I'll never be back.
I was like 180. Okay,
I'll never step foot in here again.
Yeah, not gonna happen, chump. And then I left and Googled it. It's like, no, you need the dealer. I was like, oh, well.
So what does the dealer actually do? They just program.
They probably
they
hook up something to the ECU.
Yeah, I think you have to like re-flash the ECU. I think you just erase all.
I just wonder
master
if it's
keys.
something that actually takes work, or they're just like, okay.
No, I think
it's probably some
it's-
special
It's a little
tool.
more
I think it's the
involved
tool. I don't think it's that hard.
Just fucking stick a USB.
Yeah,
thing
it's
in
like
there.
press some buttons in a program, but you have to have the program to do it, and that's why like the blacksmiths were expensive too.
Yeah.
because they bought the like $200 thing, and they can charge for it. So I don't know. That means so now she has a key that works, and then an extra key that starts the car and it dies.
It's a quality.
which,
a little theft deterrent.
yeah, which doesn't do anything. Yeah. Anyways, keys.
Well, going back to my brake pad story.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Well, it's just two funny things happened. So Garrett showed up because he showed up on time. So we were just like, he was just
Some people.
Some people are a little more punctual.
So he was just doing the typical guy move of just like hanging out with a guy as he works on his car and like, drinks a soda and stuff like that.
offering advice.
And so the new brake pads, they come with like a little packet of silicone grease, and they recommend to grease the sides of the brake pads
Anti-squeal
to prevent
goo.
squeaking and vibration and stuff like that. But it's like the smallest fucking tube of
Yeah.
grease, and I'm like, there's no way I'll be able to use all of this for all 4 pads. And so I had a tub of grease that Coyne bought for me when we did the shifter bearings, I think, right on the Subaru.
just some like wheel
high
bearing
temperature
grease.
wheel bearing grease. I'm not a grease expert, but so I called Coyne because he's my grease guy.
Yeah.
And I go, can I use this on brake pads?
Yes.
And he's like, why do you want to do that? And I was like, well, because they say to do it prevent steel. And his advice was just raw dog it, bro. You don't need any. You don't need any lubricant. Just fucking shove them in there, and
You can do that.
Garrett and I were laughing at that pretty hard. The theory
advice of raw dog.
Like that's just your life motto.
Yeah, I mean, people don't. You don't need some fancy grease to.
We did the pads on my Brembos on my car.
And you didn't do that?
But I can't remember.
Did you raw dog it?
We were doing so many things at the same time that I don't remember.
Yeah.
You were doing, or your dad was
both
doing.
I was filming.
Four hands.
You have to check the footage of what your dad did.
You have to go back.
Yeah, it's funny. Like any kind of repairs like that, there's always the like fancy extra steps that are like the proper way to do it. Yeah, and you're always like, do I have to do this?
I'm
Like
not gonna have this car that long.
when you change a battery, it's like the dialectical grease instead. You're like, what?
I don't need that.
Do I need this? Yeah, like no one knows.
But yeah, I finished up and I tried to put the wheel back on. And
Did you put the grease on?
I did. I used the provided grease, and like I pretty much used all of it on the 2 pads. So I don't know what I'll do for the other 2 pads. Either the
Yeah, you can just use that grease. It's just enough to like put some sort of like liquid buffer
so it doesn't
to
bounce
keep
around
things from squealing basically.
But so I go to try to lift the wheel, and it's a 20-inch rim with like 295 series tires.
It's a big boy.
It's a pretty big wheel, and I'm used to like the
probably
Subaru wheels.
It's probably like 80 pounds.
Yeah, that's
maybe?
what Garrett said. And so I'm sitting on the ground,
60 to
and like I
80
go to lift
pounds.
it, and it's like I have like no fucking upper
Well,
body strength.
and you have to lift from like
Crouch
Indian
from the
style.
crouch position. Yeah.
you have to like
I mean, I like how you're trying to make excuses for me, but basically I'm pretty weak.
that's
with
a
it.
weird
You don't have a lot of leverage.
No,
yeah, you have to lift and move forward
and slightly
into
rotate it to line up the
into
things.
a wheel well
without
and then-
extending your arms.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think anyone
Basically, I needed Garrett's assistance to lift
is
the
it
wheel.
still on a,
No. We got it on. Yeah, but basically Garrett just
It's a damn
lifted it
good
straight
thing I
up.
was there.
Garrett lifted it straight
You'd
up.
still be out.
yeah
And
then
I
you
guided
did the finer
it. I
movements.
guided it in. But
Yeah.
basically, while I was trying to lift it, I was wearing my Apple Watch, and like it starts buzzing, and like I'm like still trying to adjust it, but I'm like, what the fuck? And so
Did
I put
it think
it down.
you had a heart attack?
He thought I had a heart attack or fell down or something. It was like It was like, do you want to call emergency SOS?
I don't know what did it even do. I wonder what it even like picked up.
It's
on.
like a sudden heart rate.
Yeah, I think it's just like a sudden rapid heart rate, or it thought I fell down because it has like fall detection built into the newer ones.
Yeah, I would think it would be more weird from like some weird movement.
I don't know what was going on.
I thought your arm got like blown out of its socket.
That's pretty sweet. John, you haven't exerted yourself like this in 2 years.
But yeah, it was pretty sweet. I was like, what the fuck?
The ambulance is on the way.
Yeah, we've already called.
Fire engine shows up outside.
But yeah, I thought that was
Damn,
pretty funny too.
thank you, Apple.
Saved my life.
Okay, well, I have a little segment that I have been kicking around in my head.
Wait, is this your mind blowing thing, or is that
No,
that coming up?
so that that didn't happen. So
What? I'm pretty sure didn't you speak about it like in kind of past tense?
Yeah, well, I told them like I have an idea for a segment.
No,
that is
no, it wasn't
like,
that.
It was that. It was like
No,
I have an idea
you were just
for
like, you were just like, I have a fucking game changer.
Yeah, I have an idea for a thing that is going to blow your mind.
I feel like it was worded differently than that.
Yeah, I thought it was something was like I thought it was like he has an announcement that's gonna like blow.
Yeah,
our
I thought
minds
it
or
was like
something
you got
that.
a new car.
No,
or like something.
No, I'll tell you what it was. Well, it was an idea for like a thing that was going to change the podcast. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Then you can tell me. Okay, so
this is kind of like the ultimate hypothetical.
Yeah. Do you remember that gum Big League Chew?
Yes, I think we talked about it on the podcast.
So I was listening to a podcast and I think we mentioned Big League Chew, and I was like, man, I have not had that gum. Yeah, and so I was going to bring Big League Chew onto the podcast, and then we were going to live like eat it and like review it.
From what I remember, it loses its flavor in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, now we won't know because I looked online. I was like, all right, let me buy some Big League Chew, and you can only buy it in like.
I'm pretty sure you can buy it at like gas stations.
Can you?
I
It's
think
only
so.
like 24 packs online.
Yeah.
Well,
I was like, that's
it's all going to get eaten.
Yeah.
that's a lot of chew.
Especially if you just swallow it like I.
But the funny thing, so if you for some reason don't know what Big League Chew is, it's like, it's just like, it's supposed to be like chewing tobacco,
But yeah, it's like shredded
for kids. It's like,
And it-
like
yeah.
it's like candy
hey, like,
cigarettes.
yeah, drug use for kids. And they just sort of like haven't.
Yeah, it comes in a little
gotten rid of
pouch
it
that
yet.
you like rip off the top, and then you cannot reseal it. So
Yeah,
now you're
no,
just
it's
stuck.
this-
You
it's
have
just
to
this
use
open pouch of
all
like bubblegum shreds. But there's no
My mouth is watering.
right? This would have been hilarious. There's no like indicated serving size
No, yeah.
or
You just
anything.
mush it into your mouth.
It's just this pouch of shredded gum.
And there's
so
like
you just,
the powdered sugar or whatever.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like full of powdery, sugary shit. And you're a kid, so you're gonna put way more in your mouth than you should. And now you just have. Wouldn't that be hilarious if we were just?
if we all ate a single pack.
Yeah, if we were all. Anyways, that was my mind blowing segment.
I just remember as a kid, like I would start off with a little bit, and like Garrett says, it loses flavor within 30 seconds.
Yeah, you gotta spit it out.
So then you're just
Or swallow it.
I just kept chewing it, but I just kept adding to the mass to this point where I had a giant ball of
a real
chewing
man.
gum. Yeah, it was like a giant tumor in my cheek.
Okay, here's my idea for an actual segment that we can do. Well, I mean, the Big League Chew one might still happen. That's what it was. Okay, so my idea was we go on Bring a Trailer.
Okay, I like this song.
The website.
Yeah. There's a little website called Bring a Trailer. And we start a timer until we get mad. And we do this like once a month. So bring a trailer. Right. We're going to do this live. Okay. Current auctions. Is that where you are? Let's start there.
This is my first time going to bringatrailer.com.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have only been here, like you have sent links to the group chat, and I've clicked on these links and looked at them, but this is my first time physically typing bringatrailer.com.
All right.
So I go to auctions.
Yep. And then we're scrolling the auctions. That's pretty cool. Ooh, that bus.
Yeah. The 1967 Bluebird Wander Lodge.
1975 280Z 2 plus 2 for 10 grand.
Okay.
Blood pressure's
Starting to rise.
slightly rising.
The cup is dead.
91 Miata for 10 G's.
Yeah. Low mile, at least, but still.
Not outrageous.
There's an 8 Series for 90.
Oh, 90 grand.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Seriously?
I see an 8 Series like parked on this one street that I drive by occasionally, and it's always fucking for sale.
This is a 94 850 CSI 6-speed. Currently at 90 bands, 90 stacks, 75,000 miles. See, the thing about these, though, is it's a V12 with a 6-speed.
Yeah.
So as dumb as that
That's still pretty
is, yeah.
Imagine dropping 90 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, yeah. 24 years owned, 71 240Z for 18 grand. Okay.
Is that common to put
hold on.
the amount of years that you own it? Because if
If
there's a
it's like
43-year-old family-owned
if
1955
it's like
Ford Thunderbird.
noteworthy, I would say.
I think I
so.
found the one.
Okay, yeah. Did you find?
It's 1988 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Oh, that's gonna be the one that does it for you. Ooh, man, demons. It's pretty unfortunate how cool of a car the Demon is, and how basically all of them just didn't get driven. It just went straight to the garage.
Some dude's garage.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Cobra R. It's like most of them just did not get driven. What did you find? I can't find what you found.
FJ62.
You must have gone fast.
It's a little lower. Yeah. I was scrolling.
Garrett's quick. He's an experienced
I was
trailer.
just looking for stuff to look really lame.
Yeah, you find the lame stuff and then check the price. Wow, you went really fast. 92. Is that what you said?
88.
Oh, did I pass it?
It's pretty annoying that some of these cars are accepted in the Fieri when it was not
Seriously?
accepted.
Well, here's another really bad one. God.
There's a post that someone's selling no reserve 16 by 8 inch and 16 by 9 inch Porsche 944
Didn't the site
wheels.
start like this car needs to be very unique and interesting?
Yeah.
Why is there a 2019 Ford F450 Super Duty King Ranch 4x4?
Well, that's pretty sweet. 88 Land Cruiser, 47 grand is what you're looking at. These things are like, Land Cruisers are so hot right now.
I just don't understand it.
It's just
It's just purely a status thing, right?
yeah, it's
like
become,
it's like 12% capability and like
it's like the
88%
new
status.
I feel like Toyota trucks have become the new like Jeep thing. Like Jeep has kind of spilled over into Toyota trucks. It's like a less kind of like get her done
it's a little more hipster.
image. Yeah, it's like, do you want like the fun part of like the Jeep lifestyle?
I have a feeling Wranglers are pretty cheap though. I mean, they hold their value to a certain extent, but not as much as a Tacoma.
Yeah, but I feel like people who would like be into a Land Cruiser and a Toyota
They're like,
truck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they would be like, Jeep.
Yeah.
what am I, a caveman?
Yeah, like they like wouldn't be down for that for some reason. I gotta say, a lot of this stuff seems pretty reasonable.
I do like the no reserve 1996 Ford Bronco XLT 4x4, which is like the OJ Simpson edition.
Yeah, OJ pumped up that price.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff is not too bad. I feel like
Your segment's not doing too well.
I feel like this segment turned into
There is a 30,000 kilometer 1995 Taurus SE.
yeah.
It's a $1,200.
Is that doing it for you?
I just don't, why does that? Well, whatever.
Damn. Okay.
Well, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. All right, fine.
I kind of want to talk about that cycle guy now.
About what?
That motorcycle.
That YouTube channel Garrett found about 10 minutes ago.
What is it? It's just a guy that like rips.
He's really into like off-roading 80s deep
It's probably
dirt
like
bikes.
the coolest like vehicle content I've I've ever seen on YouTube.
Recently, yeah, it's pretty quality.
Mm-hmm.
It's just him ripping on bikes.
Well, that's part of it, but it's like
His commentary adds to the
he
humor.
has a fucking like a motorcycle museum in Connecticut or something that's like built out of this like old factory.
Well, can you show a photo of it? Do you have a photo, or is it just like a thumbnail?
I can find it. I don't have one right.
I don't know. Garrett showed me a photo of it, and it literally looked like a old mental institution from like the 1930s, like just like a giant like hospital from the old days.
What is this called? Should we give it a shout out?
It's called like Kaplan Cycles.
Not that we have any
No.
1,000 people that listen to this.
Yeah.
What is it? Kaplan something?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know how well. I don't know that much about motorcycles. I don't know how well known.
I don't either.
If this is
Nor
like,
do I ever plan
If this is
to-
like the Doug DeMuro of motorcycles, he doesn't have that many views, but he puts out a shitload of content, and the guy himself is like super cool looking.
his whole like image
Yeah.
Like in most of his videos, he's just wearing a tank top.
is pretty sweet.
Tank top and shades, I think, right? Yeah.
Okay, here's like a clip from it.
Yeah, we
I
can put a
guess.
little month.
Nothing like the 1-2-5.
But basically, from what I can tell, like he's like really into like dirt. He's into all kinds of motorcycles, but he like
His enthusiasm lies within dirt
like
bikes.
he shows off like 80s and 90s dirt bikes,
and wheelies.
and then like he'll talk about it like in detail.
Oh, okay.
Like they work on. He's like, yeah, we put like the bill on this one was like $2,500. We replaced everything. And we restored this, and then he fucking like
Rips it.
He takes
And then he
it
just,
out
like,
and just
rips.
he just fucking like sends it up these like park trails.
Places that you wouldn't like rip on a dirt bike. he turns them into his playground.
Yeah, he's usually wearing a helmet, but nothing like no
yeah,
pads,
no other safety gear.
Yeah.
And he crushes like Monster Energy drinks.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it seems like quality. It makes you almost like want to get a dirt bike.
And then what was the one thing he said? He said like he had an upcoming court date, so he didn't want to like bust too many wheelies because that would offend police officers or something.
Uh-oh. Trouble with the law.
He's a big fan of wheelie for days.
Yeah. He was like, this thing a wheelie for days.
All right. Well, shout out to
What was his name?
was
again?
it?
Kaplan.
I forget. I don't know his first name.
well, whatever.
Kaplan Cycles.
We put up an image, so I feel like since we talked about Big League Chew, and since this has just become a podcast that we admit is bad, I feel comfortable throwing in one more topic of just this sort of style that like came and then went and then seems to be like gone and maybe even inappropriate, which is like is very popular in the like late 80s and 90s
when we were kids, basically.
among kids.
Yeah, which we were.
Yeah, which is just like very like buff like things, animals.
Yes.
Animals and like men that are just like overly buff. like
Sharks.
Yeah, like animal, like trapper keeper images. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a buff shark like slam dunking a football over
And
like
he's wearing sunglasses and stuff.
Rollerblades.
Yeah.
over like a also buff gorilla.
Yeah.
Or something.
Very masculine.
Yeah, just like hyper muscular and masculine and stuff. And then like it's just kind of gone.
It's sad. It's a sad story.
But I don't know if it's like inappropriate for some reason now. Like I don't think any kids had like body image issues because of this. It was just like sick.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, it was just like sweet. It was like an eagle shredding a soccer ball.
Gorilla going up a half pipe.
Yeah, and they were always like kind of destroying the equipment they were using. They'd be like gripping the baseball so hard it was like breaking.
Yeah, you could see like the stitching.
Yeah, the stitching was like breaking. Because the cover of Big League Chew is kind of like that. It's just this like really buff like baseball player. And it just reminded me of that. It's like, oh yeah, like that kind of like came and went. But like, I don't know why it went. It's still sweet.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
I would say that actually inspires people to work on
their physique, so they can like shred soccer balls.
So they can rip a basketball.
Yeah.
So they can dunk a basketball so hard it explodes. Yeah, I don't know where that went, but I'm a big fan of it. It's like, where is that gone? And how do we bring it back?
Yeah.
How do we get back to a society
that accepts buff animals playing sports?
Looks up to them. Did you think of this because of the Cobra Kai Trapper Keeper scene?
Did he have a buff animal?
No,
Trapper Keeper?
but he tried to, like, he was being a good dad, and he like was trying to put together a backpack for his kid.
And you got him like a Trapper.
He was
Keeper
like, no, he said he tried to, but he couldn't find him anymore. He's like, are those still cool?
Yeah, Trapper Keepers.
And he was like, I had a Trapper Keeper. It had a sweet jet on it or something.
I had a Trapper Keeper through like college and grad school.
Exactly.
They're useful.
Right.
It's like,
you put a lot of stuff in.
Yeah, I don't understand why that like was lame. I used the shit out of that thing. Anyways, that style is super sweet. And we have joked about like getting like an airbrushed artwork of like us done in that style, of, like driving. It's kind of like Rat Fink, sort of. Like
It's a little more detailed.
Yeah,
We could get that done on Garrett's van.
there we go. There we go.
All right, so we have this just comes off our running list of topics that are not in any order.
Okay.
Jaguar and Aston Martin.
I just watched Casino Royale last night.
Can somebody? Are these two companies not interchangeable?
Which one's which? I was just
Are they still owned by the same company, or did they officially? I can't remember.
Were they?
I thought they were both owned by Ford at one point, and then some Indian
Jag
company.
I don't know about Aston Martin.
I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm just confusing them because they are so fucking similar.
Do we really need both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just merge them already?
It's kind of like Kia and Hyundai.
Well, those actually are the same company.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But I don't think they are. But they're just.
But it's like it's not like Kia is more luxury than Hyundai.
Can we stop pretending like they mean anything to anyone under the age of like 60 and is not just thinking of them in the 60s?
I see one and it's like it's British. They make sporty coupes. They're very classy.
Aston Martin has.
I know Aston Martin's like a little bit higher end. I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about if one is higher end than the other. I mean,
More exclusive.
I guess it is, but it's like
because there were a lot of Jags like in the 80s.
Who currently like buy. They still both make cars, right? Let's just.
I was gonna say,
No, they definitely do.
I don't even know what the current Aston Martin line. Don't they just like keep making the Vantage or some form of Vantage?
They have like the Valkyrie or whatever, like something.
But Jag actually has like a sports car, a sedan, a SUV.
I'm pretty sure Aston Martin has an SUV now.
I don't even. Okay.
Do they? Wow. This is. Let's just jump.
They hired the guy that designed the Jag SUV.
I'm almost certain they do.
Swapped him over.
Aston Martin SUV.
I'm sure it's a big seller.
The DBX.
Yeah, bro, the DBX. Come on,
John.
Wasn't that? I'm pretty sure that was a special. I'm pretty sure I saw a review of that from like Top Gear in the early 2000s, and it was like a special edition Vantage, and just called it because remember there was like the DB9.
Yeah, it's like,
and now they came out with a DBX.
There's this whole like genre of cars.
I think Jaguar just dips lower. I think like their heights might be similar, but you can't get like a $39,000 Aston Martin.
You definitely see
crossover.
You definitely see Jags on the street every day.
Right.
All right. Here's a hot take.
We know a guy who owns an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Kaj.
What's up, Jason?
What's up, Jason? I think that the F-Type
looks a lot like an Aston.
Is that the F-Type's the sporting one?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of those. Those have from the start just felt like this weird nostalgia grab, and it felt like the hype was manufactured, and people are like, "This is the most beautiful." It's like, what? It just looks generic to me. But I don't know. I'm curious if there are people out there who like genuinely.
It's just it's hard to like. What makes Aston Martin great, and what makes Jaguar?
Yeah, I feel like both of them are just like, well, the E-Type.
The DB5.
According to Consumer Reports, is the most beautiful car. According to people who were alive at the time, it's the most beautiful.
I mean, it's a good-looking car, but I mean, I don't know. It's just
the E-Type,
just
a J,
both.
the F. You know about the F?
Sure. I don't know. It's just those two companies. I can't think of any other two companies that are so kind of similar,
competing for a market share that I'm uncertain
and
of.
you could easily like mistake them for each other.
Yeah,
even their cars kind of look the same, right?
Well, Jaguar makes like sedans. That's in my mind. That is what,
well, that's what they were like in the 80s.
That's what
Yeah.
they still do, right?
Yeah.
The XJK.
But Aston Martin also makes sedans.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Well, I mean, they're like.
I think they came up with like a 4-door one
like
that's
coupe sedans or whatever.
I think Aston Martin tries to be more like a British Lamborghini. Where
It's like a British Maserati.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like, who are they? Well, the most beautiful, but
They are the Maserati.
Okay, but both of these cars, you will hear pundits saying like they make the most beautiful.
It's a proper British.
It's like they're on the one hand cars where I literally can't tell you anything about them, and on the other, people seem to agree that they're the most beautiful. It's the most beautiful car ever, except I don't want to own one, and I don't know anyone who owns
The
one.
the only car that can rival the beauty of this Aston Martin is the Jaguar.
It's like, never mind that no one seems to want them or pay to own them.
I like how like most of the things we do end up with us making fun of British people.
Yeah, it all comes back to the UK's drastic fall from grace, circling the drain.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know anything about them. Is it a V8?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it a V12?
Is it a turbo V6? I don't know.
Can you get it with a stick? Is it fast? Is it comfortable?
I feel like up until the like 90s, they were pretty distinct from each other. I think.
Sure. Until they both like failed
'cause
financially
yeah.
and had to be bailed out by like GM. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I mean, like the Jaguar sedan was like pretty iconic in like the 80s.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The XJ, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she drives a Jaguar.
Jaguar. Yeah.
That was the car that like the front end also looked like the back end. Remember?
Maybe.
I would believe you, maybe. Well, I just watched.
Well, the Jaguar's one that everyone puts small block Chevys in because
Because they're way more reliable.
Pull out the boat anchor
Yeah.
piece of shit motor that no one cares about. I just watched Casino Royale for the first time, which is like I think the first
of the Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
Is that where he gets
movies.
his nuts beaten?
Yeah, which I was not prepared for.
That sounds.
And he drives an Aston Martin, and the movie's full of Jags. It's like
Is it?
Yeah, it's clearly sponsored by Jag.
Is it?
yeah, both of them. Yeah, and it's like both. It's like
So it's the movie that makes my point.
They just exist as like luxury cars that people have heard of, but no one actually.
But obviously, the Jag like paid money.
They must have. I mean, the brand recognition. I can't think of a more disconnected company that has so much brand recognition while like no one actually owning
Jag.
the thing.
Jaguar.
You know? It's like I literally don't know anyone who owns either of these cars. Like, do you?
Just Jason, the aforementioned.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
Jason,
does he have?
he has a Vantage.
That's the thing. I can't. I don't even
Vanquish?
know. Like
Vantage? I don't know.
I'm into all sorts of cars,
Wow.
but I
Except
like if you say like,
these.
oh, is that a Vantage? Is that a
Vanquish?
DB9?
Is that a DB9?
Vanquish?
Well, if you want
Is
to
that the
be,
V10? Is
I
that the
don't
V12?
know.
I don't know.
well, if you want to be filled in, does he? That's cool. He,
doesn't.
Yeah, he
went
bought
for it.
Yeah, he bought one. He has that. He has his Evo, and then he has like a Civic. I want like an
What
O2
an-
Civic or
What
something.
an absolute mad lad. Fucking bought an Aston Martin.
Properly mental.
He put his money where your mouth is.
Yeah. I want to say he took it to
It's a stick, too,
I think he
I
took it to Button Willow a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, you can own an Aston.
That's just what Jaguar does.
It's just what those companies maybe do or not.
I've got the new Aston Martin F-Type.
Yeah. They're the ultimate GT car.
I mean, I assume there's, well, maybe not someone listening to us, but there's people out there like, these guys are idiots.
Oh, I'm
like,
sure.
Let me tell you.
Probably not our audience. Yeah.
Let me tell you the DB whatever is
well, that would be
so much
awesome.
different than the F-Type.
I would love to know like what the deal is. If they're like Ox, I mean, are they actually cool? That'd be neat.
I'm sure they're cool. I wasn't really speaking about their coolness, just like
I mean,
how
like
interchangeable the two companies.
Oh,
are.
okay. I mean, like good. Like, are they actually like?
I'm sure they're good.
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah. They sound good.
Do they?
I mean, it's either a V10 or a V12.
I
How
think
do you
the
not
answer is
sound
one
good?
of the companies needs to kill off the other. They need to
Or
go
just
like
one of them just
merge.
needs to buy the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make the Aston Martin K type.
Just make it like the whatever DBF or something.
DB.
No one, most people won't know the difference.
Yeah. Wow, they do make a sedan. Okay.
There you go. 4 doors. It's just like Ferrari and Lamborghini make a sedan.
The AMR. Yeah.
No one cares.
Beautiful.
I like the Ferrari sedan thing, the fastback thing, the FF or whatever.
There's a sedan.
It's a
No,
4
you're
door.
right. You're right. It's not. But it has back seat. It has a big back seat. Is it not a sedan?
Ferrari doesn't actually
Right.
make anything, but not yet, right? They
What?
They make a 4 door,
do they?
No.
don't they?
No.
Oh, it's not a 4 door.
Nor
It's just a.
SUV.
nor an
It's just a
SUV.
4-seater.
Not
Even though
yet,
people
at
have
least.
like teased that they might.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that whatever
The Lamborghini
Alpha
thing.
the Lamborghini or the Alpha Quadra, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Would be like the closest you can get to a Ferrari SUV.
I'm kind of like, okay. God, this podcast sucks. Speaking of hot takes, I'm kind of over Ferrari.
After owning one for so many years.
You're hanging it up.
I'm just done with them.
You've had your.
You're like Sebastian Vettel. You're just done.
I'm just like, they just aren't
It's just not,
pumping
they're
out.
just not what they used to be.
Well, they're not.
Look, as a fan,
As a not owner,
as an Acura TSX owner,
I think the height of Ferrari in my mind that I want to own is the 360. Literally is like their cheap car from like 20 years ago.
it's like the cheapest Ferrari you can get right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's near the bottom,
Yeah.
probably. But like after that, they just started getting faster and harder to work on.
Pretty much after that is when like all cars kind of started merging together.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that's the last one with like some
It's like,
personality.
oh, it's a Ferrari.
Yeah, but the new ones, like they just came out with the.
I don't even know.
Well, first of all, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I basically stopped paying attention.
Exactly.
to
I pretty much
supercars,
just stopped paying
like
attention
probably
to them.
5 years.
Yeah,
ago.
like who has the what is it called? The FX90 or something?
Jesus, I
Have
don't
you
even
seen
know.
that? It's basically like
I've
it's like
probably
a
seen
Diet
it.
LaFerrari.
Wasn't the FF that like prototype race car that only like Michael Schumacher owned?
They make
What was that called?
you're thinking of the like Enzo spec race car
FFX.
thing.
FFX.
Yeah, that you can't take possession
Yes.
of. They
yes.
just sort
They
of
ship it to a track.
shuttle
Yeah.
it around.
That's what I'm thinking of.
And like that's great.
So now it's an FFX90, but that you can
No,
own?
this is a street car. It's like a hybrid supercar.
Right, but I mean, just
thing
the
that's coming
name
out.
is very similar to the
SF90, I think, is the
Stradale?
latest thing. I'm not sure.
Scuderia Ferrari. I mean, SF.
I just
It's the SF90 Stradale.
I'm not saying that they aren't technically impressive vehicles because they
This
are.
thing is pretty weak looking too.
it's just like okay.
The thing about Ferrari, well, I guess they've always been like that, but it's like if you see one drive, just like there's a Ferrari.
Yeah.
There's like
Well, there's something about like I guess because see, it's like I don't desire that, right?
they've
just all melded together,
I was going to
Mike.
buy a Ferrari, and now you know.
Well, I mean, I don't. There should be a part of me that's like, God, I just could not. Like, I can't wait.
Just wait till they make a fucking electric car, and then you can really stop caring about it.
Exactly. I just feel like any brand at this point that is purely chasing performance in a street car is like they're just sort of chasing this path that
flows through Dubai.
yeah, flows through like Chinese millionaires. Like
Dubai, what is it? The Silk Road or what? The Belt and Road Initiative.
Yeah, just the billionaire infrastructure. Yeah. I mean, look, this is an incredible
through China, through Greece.
this is an incredible car, but
it sucks.
Like in 10 years, is anyone gonna be like
that was the pinnacle?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, is there any distinguishing features about this other than it's the fastest thing you can currently get? Mm-hmm. You know, like it's just here's the performance of the time, and I don't know what the solution is. Like, I don't know the way around that. But it's like all these companies are they're producing cars that they have lost the like youthful sort of
pizzazz.
Yeah, sparkle. I don't know what it is. I don't know what my advice for them is. But I guess they're making money. As a shareholder, I appreciate.
That's just the Belt and Road Initiative.
I appreciate the path. But as an enthusiast, I don't know. And finally, sure.
So this, I don't really know how. This is literally just like a one sentence idea that just popped in my head.
Oh, there's not more to this? We'll find out.
Yeah, we can flush it out.
Find out how deep the well goes.
It's just
we can have a little think tank session on this idea.
Essential oils for cars.
That's the full thought. Mm-hmm. Essential oils for cars.
You know, like
a GNC
like
oils,
like fluids, like what they were like.
Do you like add it to the gas?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was just your jump off point.
It's like a multivitamin.
Well, it was just kind of a joke. I don't even know because I didn't really know what essential oils for human beings.
Isn't like fish oil is a good one?
Well, there's a bunch of different ones. But
it's like
you put it on your skin.
Well,
or you ingest it.
Yeah, or you like smell it. I actually don't fully know how you ingest essential oil. I think you just you put it on you.
Gently rub it in your mouth.
And it evaporates.
Like a Vicks Vapo rub?
Yeah, because I think they're suspended in alcohol. So you put them on you and it
you just get the essence.
Yeah, it's exactly the essence.
Essential. A little sage.
So the car equivalent to that.
Just because cars, you also change the oil.
I think it's that
was the connection.
Oh, you add it to the oil?
I just because people always talk about you want to get the good oil.
Yeah, you put
should I get the Castrol synthetic
with eucalyptus essential oil? That actually
Valvoline essential.
I can actually. I feel like there's taking off.
I feel like there's a commercial or something to be.
I feel like there's a market there.
Yeah.
Do you want the regular oil change or do you want it with peppermint essential oil?
You put it in the Land Cruiser that you just bought on Bring a Trailer.
Yeah, or what do you like? Do you want more mileage or is it not making the power that you think it should make? Uh-huh. And they adjust from there.
What kind of aura is your car giving off right now?
Yeah, you put lavender.
You go to a mechanic and he has Enya.
Yeah, he's got different oils. Do you want any upgraded? Do you
Acura,
oils? Huh? Yeah, these Acuras respond really well to the jojoba.
Banana.
Yeah, the pumpkin seed. I think that's one.
Is ginseng one of them?
I
don't quite know what we're talking about. I'm thinking of stuff they put in Sobeys and
But I hear a lot of people talking about essential oils lately.
Yeah, all I know is that it's a hot market.
Yeah, and we need to get in.
And we need to break into it in a new way.
Get Valvoline and Castrol.
Bring down those antioxidants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn, it's not bad.
Reduces inflammation in your engine.
Mm-hmm. Man,
you never want inflammation.
Mm-hmm. God, just imagine if this whole episode we had Big League Chew just chewing,
just
Just
falling
adding
out of our mouths.
adding to it.
Spitting, chewing, and spitting.
You really failed us. You could have just stopped at any gas station
I don't
along
think
the
they
way.
have it at gas
I'm pretty sure I've seen
they
it at
do.
like Johnny
The seedier, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty seedy. All right.
Tea tree, jasmine,
Next time.
lemon, rose.
Okay, one more. I know we said in finally, but
Sandalwood.
Vadim,
What's up, Vadim?
One of our patrons. We have a Patreon. He made a suggested podcast topic about the sound version of steering feel,
It's pretty solid.
which is pretty solid. What is it that makes exhaust pleasing to hear? What is the X factor, especially V8 sound? Shopping for Mustang GT exhausts, many products are advertised to deliver classic muscle car sound. Whatever that may be, thoughts? So I read a book recently about something to do with music. I think it's called like Your Brain on Music. And it was written by like a famous producer or somebody who was like in the industry or something. And
Phil
so
Spector.
I don't remember who it was. And so it was about sound. And there is this term in sound called timbre, even though it is spelled timbre. But it's just like, they're like the pitch and the tone and stuff. And then timbre is just like everything else. They're just like,
It's two categories.
yeah, it's just like the
Ambient.
Yeah, the like quality.
That's how it hits you.
Yeah, or like the color or something. Like, I don't know if you ever shopped for headphones or like delved into that like realm.
I want a rich sound.
Oh my God. It's as bad, if not worse, than wine tasting. Where
I
it's
want
like,
a nice rich taste, but
Yeah.
not too rich. But
Or
I want,
like-
it, I want it to be like rich.
I kinda want like an oaky flavor.
more smooth going down.
Yeah.
yeah, every time I taste wine, I'm always like, is that Flint? Walnut?
A touch of oak.
Yeah, is that hints of rat poison? Timbre seems to be like that.
It's like an oak laced with just a bit of a fruity.
Do I taste some wildfire? Was there a fire near the vineyard
I think there's a bit of cinnamon in this
in the
one.
past
When I
decade?
take my Land Cruiser out to the winery.
Yeah. Anyways, timbre, I think is kind of what Vadim is like hitting on here.
Yeah.
Because it's just like there are certain cars that just sound good. And like, frankly, I also read a book about exhaust tuning many years ago when I was on there's this like college
that's
engineering project called FSAE that colleges participate in. And I was looking into like header and like intake tuning, and there is a lot of that stuff, but a lot of it is
Black
also
science.
a lot of it's also kind of magic. Where I don't know. I mean, I guess my takeaway is like I don't know what it is, but some cars just sound fucking good,
Yeah.
and like some of them like just kind of don't. Like even though maybe they should or something. Like a E46 M3 just sounds stupid.
All I know is I was behind a new Mustang GT the other day.
Yeah.
And it was like brand new, so it still had the paper license plate.
Did it have that classic muscle car?
No, it sounds like he like bought the car and took it to a fucking exhaust shop and instantly cut off the mufflers.
Yeah.
Because he was just driving normally. Like it sounded like he was breaking in the engine still. So he would just like start off slow and then like a slow shift and then keep going. But it was the loudest, most annoying fucking exhaust sound
Really?
I've ever.
You didn't like the timbre?
No, it was just like, and he's going like 26 miles an hour. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Extremely loud exhaust. I've never been a fan of. Some people seem to like
Like I like it when you get on it and it gets loud and it sounds good, but just everyday driving, if it sounds like you're just, it sounds like the Harley Davidson motorcycle thing.
I feel like there is room for a YouTube channel or video library of just every car and every exhaust sound
Every dirt bike.
and every dirt bike with like a high quality mic. Because like, I mean, if you'll also look for like which exhaust for whatever, and people be like, this one's better.
Yeah.
Or like that one's better. It's like, there's no way to tell. They all sound, even the expensive ones sometimes sound dumb.
Right.
Like there's just, it is an X factor. I mean, it's like he's nailed it. It's an X factor. You just have to listen to it and like you have to want that for your car. Sometimes two cars with the same fucking exhaust
sound different.
Yeah. So it's like you didn't get that.
The thing that sucks about YouTube though is like if you go browsing YouTube and like a lot of channels just have like they're using the built-in microphone
it's
in
terrible.
their phone, and like it's you can't judge
And
it
then
that way.
and then you'll like hear that car in person. You're like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like this thing sounds
Or
amazing.
you'll watch the video from the manufacturer and you're like, can I even trust this? Because it's like it's highly edited and shit like that. Yeah.
Anyways, agreed. X Factor. I would say it's a lot realer than steering feel because everyone, including people who don't know anything about cars, can experience it. Whereas steering feel is like, I don't know. That's pretty subtle. Yeah. Anyways, our sincerest apology for this experiment.
I think it worked out.
Yeah, I think
once John spends like 2 hours.
I think John will polish this into something acceptable, but we learned our lesson. We're gonna go back to planning them. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. We really appreciate all of our fans and especially our patrons. And we will see you guys next time.
See you.
That was terrible.
I think we need either more or less Coors Banquet.
I think it's only going to get better from here.